we give you the one person who could play Victor Von Doom.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most exciting, heartfelt, and awesome announcements from Comic-Con over the years.
English! It's English! I hope you're getting this. He's hungry.
Number 30, Gal Gadot's Fan Interaction. Sorry, but this is just too adorable not to include, and certainly reflects how a moment of time for a celebrity can make a huge impact on a fan.
We are the bridge to a greater understanding between all men.
At a signing event with the rest of her fellow Justice League cast, Gal Gadot met a young girl dressed in a homemade Wonder Woman costume.
How can a woman possibly fight in this? Fight?
From the little girl getting emotional talking to her heroine, to the way Gadot gives her undivided attention, the interaction is beyond wholesome. We have no doubt it became a cherished memory for both of them.
No, but it's what I'm going to do.
Number 29, Sigourney Weaver joins the Defenders.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my distinct pleasure to introduce Miss Sigourney Weaver.
If you're looking for an actor who can hold their own against the likes of Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist, then the Queen of Sci-Fi is an inspired choice.
You know who I am, I know who you are, so let's skip the wartime banter. Time is not something I can afford to waste.
As the head of an assassin organization known as The Hand, Sigourney Weaver exuded pure authority, a highlight in an otherwise middling Marvel team-up show. Her announcement, on the other hand, had no such blemishes, as fans were pumped knowing they were going to see Ripley tango with Marvel's best street-level heroes. Here's hoping she can make a return someday.
That's always been the difference between us. You are quick to rethink. I'm a bit more stubborn.
Number 28, Peacemaker on Patrol.
My name is John Cena. You may know me from achievements as being John Cena. I'm happy to say I was voted 6th best Peacemaker costume this evening.
Following the release of James Gunn's The Suicide Squad, John Cena's name had officially been thrown into the vortex of DC's roster of masked marauders, and fans ate it up.
I cherish peace with all my heart. I don't care how many men, women, and children I need to kill to get it.
So you can imagine their surprise when he not only showed up for pictures, but also crashed a Peacekeeper costume contest. Keep in mind, this was before the Peacemaker show came to air and rocketed the character's status into the stratosphere, so to see Cena go out of his way like this just reaffirmed how awesome he is as a person. We wouldn't be shocked if he's still wearing the costume today.
Why are you in your costume?
Costume. This is a uniform.
Number 27, Optimus Prime in the audience.
My name is Optimus Prime. I could not help but notice my absence in much of your footage.
Given the dismal state of the Transformers franchise at the time, feelings were a tad mixed for the then upcoming spin-off Bumblebee. While it would go on to become a shockingly fun flick, Comic-Con goers who attended the panel only had one question on the brain. Would Optimus Prime show up? And would he be played by the OG himself, Peter Cullen?
Autobots, fall back! Get to the tower!
They didn't have to wait long for an answer, as the veteran voice actor showed up in the audience to great delight, and with all the optimisms you could want.
What does an Autobot have to do to get his own movie?
Number 26, Mark Hamill joins the SpongeBob cast.
Everybody, make a lot of noise for Mark Hamill!
2024's Comic-Con wasn't only a celebration of 25 years of SpongeBob SquarePants. It also served as a springboard to announce their next feature-length film, The Search for SquarePants.
Who dares backsash the Flying Dutchman?
During the panel, they received an unexpected guest, the legend himself, Mark Hamill, who revealed he was going to be voicing longtime SpongeBob villain the Flying Dutchman in the film. Between this and the wild robot, Mr. Hamill is killing it in the animation department.
You heard what I said about the money? Heard what you said? I couldn't hear myself thinking with this one around. I only had him for 30 seconds.
Number 25, Grindle Wald casts a spell over Hall H.
My brothers, my sisters, my friends.
The Crimes of Grindle Wald was not the best film to emerge from the wizarding world of Harry Potter.
We don't say such things out loud. We want only freedom. Freedom to be ourselves.
But no one can argue the prowess Johnny Depp brings to all his roles, including that of the infamous Dark Wizard. Just look at how he managed to hush attendees at San Diego Comic-Con when he appeared on stage in full wizarding gear and essentially swayed them to the ways of wizard supremacy. Depp, Harry Potter fans, and general audiences may have been dealt a bad hand with the film itself, but at least we can take some joy in seeing Grindelwald work his magic here.
Therefore, applaud yourselves.
Number 24, Tom Cruise feels the need for speed. Again. Leave it to Tom Cruise to make a simple yet staggering entrance. There are so many factors at play that made the superstar's 2019 Comic-Con visit so awesome. Having Conan O'Brien as a hype man certainly helped.
Ladies and gentlemen, prepare to say hello to the biggest movie star you're going to meet in a long, long time, Mr. Tom Cruise!
The fact that Tom Cruise, of all people, came all this way to push a project speaks volumes. And that said project was one of cinema's most anticipated sequels, just added to the buzz.
34 years, you guys have been very, very patient with me. And I felt that it was my responsibility to finally really deliver for you.
Given how important Top Gun Maverick would become in the wake of the pandemic, makes this appearance feel all the richer.
I'm where I belong, sir.
Number 23, Black Adam shakes up the DC universe. Or at least he attempted to.
The DC universe will never be the same again.
Dwayne Johnson's long-awaited debut into the once fractured DC universe revitalized the interests of waning fans everywhere. This was most certainly helped when he descended into Hall H from above, dressed in the classic Black Adam costume, ready to bring the thunder.
There's no one on this planet that can stop me.
With rumors of Henry Cavill's return as Superman already circling, this was peak hype for DC fans and Snyder Bros everywhere. As for the final product, let's not get into that.
Then let the gods make their judgment.
Number 22, From Serpent Society to Civil War.
I'm trying to keep you from tearing the Avengers apart. You did that when you signed.
The MCU was already riding high following an epic second phase. And then, Kevin Feige upped the ante tenfold with a trip to Comic-Con. There, he revealed plans for Phase 3, which included titles such as Infinity War and Thor Ragnarok. There was also mention of a third Captain America film with the subtitle of Serpent Society. It was cool, but nothing to go nuts over.
It feels like there must be a better title somewhere.
That is, until Feige made the switch and revealed the true title, Civil War, one of the most famous storylines in Marvel Comics. Pair that with Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, and the reveal of the late great Chadwick Boseman on stage, and you've got yourself an epic win.
What do we do, Cap? We fight.
Number 21, Robert Downey Jr. is Doom. RDJ's performance as Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, will go down as one of the greatest portrayals of a comic book character ever put to screen, with his arc coming to a sad yet satisfying conclusion in Endgame.
And I am Iron Man.
Following his departure, fans never expected to see him in the MCU ever again. Why ruin a perfect ending? And then Comic-Con 2024 happened. Not only did Kevin Feige reveal the return of the Russo brothers as directors for the next 2 Avengers films, but also that the new overarching villain would be none other than Dr. Doom.
Victor, please.
Call me Doom.
That's when one of the costumed Doom cosplayers on stage stepped forward and revealed Robert Downey Jr. underneath. As you might have guessed, the internet exploded.
New mask. Same task.
Number 20, Joker's Wild. The same year attendees were treated to a first look at Jared Leto's Joker in the Suicide Squad trailer, another clown prince of crime crashed Comic-Con.
Absurd and offensive.
At the panel for Fox's Gotham, the cast discussed what to expect in Season 2 with the rise of the villains. As one fan started to ask a question, the microphone was suddenly swiped by someone else in the crowd. It was none other than actor Cameron Monaghan, who appeared in Season 1 as Jerome Valeska, a villain who set off some serious Joker vibes.
I just wanted to start off by saying,
My question.
Do we have security?
Big fan of your work.
In true Joker fashion, Monaghan caught everyone off guard, asking Ben McKenzie about his tolerance for pain. The Detective Gordon actor vowed to find Jerome as Monaghan was carted off by security.
How high is your pain tolerance? Jerome! Whoa! I'm gonna find you!
Number 19, Iron Man trailer premiere.
Has anybody not seen it? So we should probably show it today.
Today, Iron Man is regarded as one of the greatest superhero movies ever, as well as the game changer that launched the MCU. Leading up to its premiere, however, comic book readers were a bit uncertain. Marvel's film adaptations had been hit or miss, Robert Downey Jr. was struggling to make a comeback, and Jon Favreau wasn't known for directing large-scale action pictures. The skeptics were silenced at the Iron Man Comic-Con panel, however, as Favreau unveiled a special trailer made specifically for comic book fans.
I'm working on something big.
Not only did Downey demonstrate that he was born to play Tony Stark, but the rousing trailer proved that Favreau had a clear understanding of the source material and the keen visual eye to bring it to life. Number 18, Marvel returns to Hall H.
Now, I could spend 90 minutes talking about what we've done, or I could spend some time talking about what we're about to do.
After sitting out San Diego Comic-Con the previous year, Marvel returned with a vengeance in 2019, laying out almost the entirety of Phase 4 in a jam-packed Hall H appearance.
Hello.
Between sequels for characters like Doctor Strange and Thor, and new additions like Shang-Chi and the Eternals, the panel was so full of info that fan favorites like Black Panther, Captain Marvel, and even the Fantastic Four took a back seat to Black Widow's upcoming movie, as well as a slew of Disney Plus shows. Oh, and by the way, Mahershala Ali is gonna play Blade. And if it seems like we're trying to cram that into this entry, it's because that's how we felt when Feige and co dropped that juicy detail at the very end of the panel.
It looks like you brought your own hat, Mahershala. You did? What is that?
Number 17, Karen Gillan shaves her head. As Amy Pond on Doctor Who, Karen Gillan became instantly recognizable thanks to her ravishing head of red hair. In order to play Nebula in Guardians of the Galaxy, Gillan not only draped herself in blue makeup, but also shaved her head bald. Before revealing her new look, Gillan decided to have a little fun during a panel at Comic-Con.
My question, though, is that, isn't Nebula bald?
Yeah, she is. And I might have done something a little bit crazy.
The crowd was stunned when Gillan removed her utterly convincing wig, which was actually made from her own hair. Gillan was so ecstatic that she threw the wig into the crowd, although she suddenly realized that might have been a mistake.
I'm sorry, I just had an urge. It got the better of me. I don't know what that was.
Number 16, Jos Weeden and J.J. Abrams, together at last.
Don't you think it would be cool if, like, J.J. Abrams and Jos Weeden, like, teamed up and, like, made a movie or a TV show? Well, they're not. But I say we bring them out here and bully them into it.
Jos Weeden and J.J. Abrams have helmed some of the biggest franchises in the history of fandom, making them Comic-Con royalty. You can imagine everyone's excitement when these visionaries took to the stage together at 2010 Comic-Con, leading some to believe they might be teaming up on a project. While that sadly wasn't the case, both filmmakers had huge individual announcements for the crowd. Weeden confirmed once and for all that he was directing Marvel's The Avengers, as many had hoped and predicted. Abrams, meanwhile, discussed several projects he had lined up, including his upcoming collaboration with Steven Spielberg's Super 8. While the panel was full of fun teases, the real treat was listening to these two discuss filmmaking, storytelling, and everything nerdy.
Dick Smith did like The Exorcist, and he was one of the greats, and he sent me the tongue from The Exorcist.
Number 15, Justice for Barb. Despite only appearing in a handful of episodes, Barb became a breakout character in the first season of Stranger Things. Actress Shannon Purser even earned a Guest Acting Emmy nomination for her role. Many fans were disappointed with the character's untimely exit, hoping she'd somehow return in Season 2. While Barb's fate on the show wasn't retconned, Purser did return to steal the show at Comic-Con. Catching everyone off guard, Purser appeared as an audience member, asking if Barb would be brought back.
I was wondering, is Barb gonna be in Season 2?
The cast confirmed she would not, but at least Purser was welcome to stay for the rest of the panel. We guess you could call that justice.
Yeah, I can answer that. No.
Number 14, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World premiere. Although the film was unfortunately a box office bomb, fans knew that Edgar Wright's adaptation of Brian Lee O'Malley's graphic novels was destined for cult status following its explosive debut at Comic-Con. After a panel where star Michael Cera donned Captain America garb, Wright invited several fans who had been given one-up buttons to attend a premiere screening of the film.
And would you people like to follow me to the theatre right now to watch the film?
Those lucky audience members got to follow Wright directly from the panel to the theater where the secret screening took place. Not only was this a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, it also demonstrated why Scott Pilgrim vs. the World was truly a movie that had been made for fans.
I didn't steal your point! I didn't steal Scott! I didn't steal anyone!
As a bonus, the screening came complete with a live performance from Metric. Number 13, Batman vs. Superman announcement.
Some of you will recognize it, and we're not adapting this thing, but it is the thing that will help tell that story.
Let's be honest, the build-up to Batman vs. Superman was a lot more fun than the actual movie. That being said, the hype train took us on quite a ride, and it all began at this mind-blowing panel. On the heels of Man of Steel, there was little doubt that we'd be seeing another Superman movie in the near future. Director Zack Snyder upped the ante at the 2013 San Diego Comic-Con though, having actor Henry Lennox read a passage from The Dark Knight Returns and unveiling the then untitled film's logo.
I want you to remember my hand at your throat. I want you to remember the one man who beat you.
After years of eagerly waiting, it became clear that DC's finest were finally gonna duke it out on the big screen.
Why did you say that name?
Number 12, a new Doctor in the house.
Where are you going? Comic-Con! You're late! I know!
When Peter Capaldi's tenure as Doctor Who wrapped up in 2017, fans were surprised to learn the sonic screwdriver would pass to Jodie Whittaker, making her the character's first female incarnation. In addition to a new Doctor, the upcoming series of Doctor Who also promised new companions and a new showrunner. Whovians were given a taste of what to expect going forward when the cast made their first public appearance together at Comic-Con 2018. Up until this point, the most we had seen of Whittaker's Doctor was her brief appearance at the end of Twice Upon a Time. Between her adorkable arrival at Hall H and the ensuing panel, Whittaker quickly won over the audience before they had even seen Series 11.
Hey, can you tell me how to get to Comic-Con? I'm looking for Hall H. Oh, brilliant, thank you.
Number 11, Star Wars concert.
Like, wouldn't it be cool if we did something insane right now? Who wants to go see a live Star Wars concert right now?
As the first entry in the Star Wars sequel trilogy, The Force Awakens became arguably one of the most anticipated movies of the 21st century. The filmmakers thus went all out at Comic-Con 2015, uniting several key cast members and revealing a behind-the-scenes look at the film. Director J.J. Abrams and company took things one step further, however, inviting the audience to a live Star Wars concert that same night.
There's no need to push, but in a very orderly fashion, outside you're going to get one of these, and this is going to gain you entrance.
In a truly unprecedented move, everyone in attendance then walked to another location where lightsabers were handed out. The musical extravaganza came complete with fireworks, a video message from composer John Williams, and a live orchestra playing various iconic Star Wars themes. Just plain awesome. Number 10. Henry Cavill's Vendetta against Will Smith.
Here we go. Gonna head onto the floor and see if I can get away with it. Wish me luck.
It's always cool when a celebrity goes undercover at Comic-Con, seamlessly blending into the crowd by wearing a mask. At Comic-Con 2016, Henry Cavill exchanged his Man of Steel suit for a Guy Fawkes mask, or a V for Vendetta mask as DC fans might call it. As far as disguises go, this was only a minor upgrade from Clark Kent's glasses. Nevertheless, Soups still managed to throw everyone for a loop, especially Will Smith. Signing autographs at a Suicide Squad booth, Smith was completely oblivious as Cavill approached. It wasn't until after Smith posed for a photo with an unmasked Cavill that he realized Superman was in his presence.
Takes off the mask to surprise Will and Viola Davis, the entire cast of Suicide Squad, by the way. Joining us next week on GMA, I'm talking Will Smith, Viola.
Surprising the fans is one thing, but fooling a fellow DCEU actor is quite another. Number 9. Bryan Cranston's cosplay.
And as Walter White, Mr. Bryan Cranston!
On Breaking Bad, Bryan Cranston played a drug kingpin hiding in plain sight of the authorities. Likewise, Cranston managed to blend right into the crowd while attending Comic-Con in 2013. The actor roamed the halls wearing a Walter White mask, passing himself off as just another cosplayer. So you can imagine everyone's shock when Cranston took to the stage at the Breaking Bad panel and finally removed the hauntingly realistic mask. Cranston and co-star Aaron Paul proceeded to make out with the mask, earning laughs and applause all at once. Who would have guessed that the most memorable Comic-Con costume that year would come from a celebrity dressed as himself?
This was genius. Cranston was walking the floor with the Walter White mask on.
Number 8. Rick and Morty radio show.
Oh my God, Grandpa Rick, it's like not my job where your bag is.
Waiting in between seasons of Rick and Morty is never easy. But at Comic-Con 2018, creators Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon gave a small group of fans something to tide them over. Along with voice actress Cassie Steele, Roiland and Harmon turned the Rick and Morty live soundtrack panel into a fake radio show. The show was given several names, including Floop and Noop and Bloop's Show and Snoopy Gloopo Asks the Scoops. As you might have guessed from those titles, this panel wasn't scripted, and plenty of alcohol was involved. The people in attendance were supplied with headphones as Roiland injected songs and sound effects. The panel proved to be one of that year's best-kept Comic-Con secrets, and an insanely hilarious experience for everyone involved.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
I've been working on this show since season 1, and this is by far the least productive and messiest record day we've ever had.
Number 7. Andrew Garfield Undercover as Spider-Man.
I've always wanted to be at Comic-Con in Hall H as Spider-Man with all of you guys. It's always been a dream of mine.
All right.
So thanks for having me.
Cranston isn't the only actor who has attended Comic-Con in a self-referential disguise. During a panel for The Amazing Spider-Man, an enthusiastic fan dressed as the web-slinger grabbed a mic before the Q&A session even began. Proclaiming his excitement to be at his first Comic-Con, the fan removed his mask to reveal he was actually Andrew Garfield. Dropping his fake accent, the British-American actor went on to read a passionate speech about the profound impact Spider-Man has had on his life, as well as how honored he felt to be playing such a beloved character. It's moments like this that demonstrate the unlikely influence heroes on the printed page can have, giving readers everywhere hope.
This is definitely the coolest moment of my life, and thank you for being here and sharing it with me.
Number 6. Rally for Rose. Whether you loved or hated Star Wars The Last Jedi, the backlash against the film officially reached toxic territory when actress Kelly Marie Tran was bullied into deleting her Instagram account.
Ming, it's too late, don't do this!
No! I won't let them win!
This decision followed months of online harassment that Tran had endured from the ugly underbelly of fandom in response to her portrayal of Rose Tico. Fortunately, the Nerds of Color organized the Rally for Rose at Comic-Con 2018 to show that the fandom would not be swayed to the dark side. Some were dressed as Rose, while others sported t-shirts featuring the character's name and likeness in the style of Barack Obama's iconic Hope poster. The surprise rally even caught the attention of Mark Hamill, who helped spread word of this rebellion against trolls. Number 5. Stan Lee's photo with superheroes.
Hey, wait a minute. Just wait 1 minute.
Oh.
Oh, hold on.
I'm just pretty pissed.
Superhero crossovers are nothing new, but how often do you get to see the X-Men and Fantastic Four taking a selfie together? At Comic-Con 2015, Chris Hardwick united the casts of X-Men Apocalypse, Fantastic Four, and Deadpool on the stage. He even nabbed Channing Tatum, who had landed the title role in the upcoming Gambit movie. With Hugh Jackman, Ryan Reynolds, Jennifer Lawrence, and numerous others lining up, Stan the Man Lee himself suddenly showed up to take the picture. Fox's track record when it comes to Marvel movies may not be perfect, but they did give us an unforgettable Comic-Con moment for the ages. Also, the Academy should seriously create a category for Best Cameo.
Now that's the way to end a panel.
Number 4, 2007 Dark Knight viral marketing campaign. Few movies have generated more hype than The Dark Knight, and that can be largely attributed to its brilliant viral marketing campaign. Leading up to the film's release, 42 Entertainment made fans part of the experience through an alternate reality game.
I'm calling to ask for your support.
Harvey Dent contacted players by phone and email and asked them to show their support.
Comic-Con 2007's best in-joke came in the form of US dollar bills, featuring George Washington wearing Joker makeup and the words $1 replaced by "Why So Serious?" The bills sent fans on a scavenger hunt to whysoserious.com, where they were able to view a vandalized Uncle Sam poster and a teaser for The Dark Knight. It's not about money, it's about sending a message, and this message had our anticipation at an all-time high.
It's not about money. It's about sending a message.
Number 3, Tom Hiddleston appears as Loki.
We're in post-production of a movie called Thor: The Dark World right now, which is...
Humanity. Look how far you've fallen.
Between Thor and especially the Avengers, Tom Hiddleston cemented himself as a fan favorite in the MCU. Not too long before Thor: The Dark World hit theaters, Loki quite literally stole the show at Comic-Con. With the lights suddenly going out, the God of Mischief's commanding voice emerged from the darkness and spread throughout Hall H. Everyone's excitement peaked when the lights came back on with Hiddleston in full costume. With fans chanting Loki's name, Hiddleston continued to stay in character as he recited a grand monologue. Upstaging the casts of Guardians of the Galaxy and Avengers Age of Ultron is no easy feat, but everyone was kneeling to Loki at this panel.
Say my name!
Number 2, Michael Keaton is Batman.
What are you? I'm Batman.
Every time a new actor is cast as Batman, Warner Brothers and DC can expect a load of hate mail. This trend began when Michael Keaton landed the titular role in Tim Burton's 1989 film, much to the dismay of comic book readers who couldn't see Beetlejuice playing the Dark Knight.
What are your qualifications?
Well, I attended Juilliard. I'm a graduate of the Harvard Business School. I travel quite extensively.
A couple of months after a negative fan reaction at a Chicago comic convention in 1988, Batman co-creator Bob Kane dropped by San Diego Comic-Con, where he praised Keaton's casting. Kane also answered questions and shared stills from the film. After the man behind the bat gave his seal of approval, more fans decided to give Keaton a chance. Once Batman premiered the following summer, the naysayers completely forgot what they'd been complaining about.
You think I'm qualified?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Avengers Assemble.
I want to thank Canada so much for bringing me on, for trusting me, and assembling my dream team. This is the Avengers.
After Nick Fury's initial meeting with Tony Stark, we knew an even bigger universe was unfolding. Things got real at the 2010 Comic-Con as Samuel L. Jackson introduced Clark Gregg, Scarlett Johansson, Chris Hemsworth, Chris Evans, and Robert Downey Jr. The names just kept coming, with Downey introducing us to Hawkeye, Jeremy Renner, the new Hulk, Mark Ruffalo, and the director behind this ambitious film, Jos Weeden. Fans would have to wait 2 long years to watch the actual movie, but seeing the cast together for the first time was an epic moment in itself. Which Comic-Con surprise blew your mind? Let us know in the comments.
What did I tell you? I like playing complicated characters.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.